it was like everything just went off a cliff. And I was trying to figure out what the heck I was doing with myself, and it took a long time to figure this out. And anyway, flash forward a couple of years, and a buddy of mine and I are bike riding together, and he's in the live touring world, and he's like, "You should put together another touring show." And so, anyway, that's how this kind of started.
All right.
Um,
Why, Sophia, you got something?
that awesome.
Okay. Why pirates? Why the reimagining of Treasure Island?
Well, okay, so in coming up with the idea for this new show, I felt like it would be really good, valuable to have a title that people recognize, you know? And I kind
Mhm.
of made a list of like classic adventure stories that were in the public domain that I thought would
Oh,
be, you know, interesting. And maybe I had like 15 different titles. And I brought them back to my family. And my daughter, Scarlett, who was 18 at
oh.
the time, said to me, "Dad, you have to do Treasure Island."
Hmm.
Because I had read it to her when she was 9 and it totally stuck with her. And what happened when she said that is it kind of hit me in a flash. Yeah, I got to do that. And you know what I got to do? I got to base the main character off of my daughter.
Oh,
So I decided that I'd flip it, flip the gender, make the lead character a girl instead of a boy. And oh my God, I mean, that completely opened up the entire story for me as a writer because I started doing research into the lives of girls and women in the middle of the 18th century in England and discovered that there was no, like, Sophia couldn't do what she's doing right now. Like, she would have this whole other role, which would basically be property of her husband and having his kids. And so I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, but the other thing was like one way that women could escape that life, and not a lot of women did this, but some did, was to join a pirate ship. And Lewis, you
and Bonnie,
mentioned, yeah, Anne Bonny already, and
Mm.
Mary Read was another famous
Mary
one.
Read, her
These,
her best friend. Yeah.
yeah, these famous, infamous, female pirate captains. And the idea that I all of a sudden, you know, like you don't think twice necessarily about a boy going on an adventure in that time, but for a girl to go on an adventure in that time, particularly a girl who dreams of adventure,
Hmm.
it's maybe not possible except in this particular instance. And then how she then what she has to do in order to do that. For example, she has to disguise herself as a boy to be even on the ship at all.
Hmm.
Um, and when people discover that she is in fact a girl, the story evolves. I don't want to give anything away.
No, don't please.
Yeah.
Now, what is now Anne Bonny? Not to compare it to. She legend states she escaped and ran away from home when she was like 16, 17. The age difference between the original character in Treasure Island and your character, is it that the same or is it younger or
She's younger. She's like, I would
okay.
12. I mean, we never really say, but she's like probably
Okay.
12, you know?
Wow.
And what I love about her so much, and I have to say, once I finished outlining, like creating the outline for the project, I kind of put the book aside, and really think of this as its own thing and not the book. And there's a lot of differences between it and the book. Um, but I really love the idea of this child, having all of this agency in the storytelling. And honestly, like one of the things that I take issue with the original book is that Jim Hawkins um, is uh, there's sometimes he does things that don't doesn't that I don't understand why he made that choice, or sometimes things happen to him without him having any agency at all. And I was like, I want the main character in this to drive the story forward. And
Hmm.
so Jane is this like natural, she's smarter than everybody around her. She can beat the boys in a fight, you know, and yeah, she's kind of a badass. So yeah.
That's amazing. Now, is the book itself going to be available to read, or do we have to only see it as a performance?
No, it's its own thing, and it is
Okay.
available to read. And
Awesome.
well, it will be. It's at
Okay.
the printer now, and we are going to be selling the book at the shows, and then we ship the books starting at the end of September. And actually, on our website, people can pre-order the book now, which is treasureislandreimagined.com.
All right. Well, that link to that website too is in the description of this episode. If we have any comments, let's bring the comments up right now. I'm sure we have some. Um,
My
but I
website.
want. Oh, there you go, right there. Go
Yeah.
to that website
Thank
and
you,
get that
Lord
book.
Mangoat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like so interested in this project right now. Can you give away any names of any of the baddie pirates?
Well, okay, so Treasure Island, for people who don't know this story, is the granddaddy of all pirate stories. Somebody earlier in the comments mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean. There would be no Pirates of the Caribbean if it wasn't for Treasure Island,
Mhm.
literally, because Disney World created a ride called Pirates of the Caribbean that was based on their movie adaptation of Treasure Island from like
Mhm.
back in the 50s. And the movie Pirates of the Caribbean was based on that ride. So, but literally, like Yo Ho Ho and a Bottle of Rum, Shiver My Timbers, The One Legged Pirate, The Talking Parrot, The Map, The Island, The Treasure, um, and the godfather of all pirates himself,
Captain Kidd,
Long John
John
Silver.
Silver.
So, when I read the book, and I never read the book when I was a kid, I read it as an adult and then reread it to my daughter when she was 9. Um, but so everybody I think has heard of Long John Silver, like the
Hmm.
fish place, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out Silver, the character, he's a sea cook. So suddenly, for me, I was like, the restaurant makes sense now.
Sophia, have you ever heard of Long John Silver's the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. That's
Long
all.
John Silver. I've heard of
Yes.
Long John Silver.
Okay. I
Yeah,
yeah. So the
but I
man,
think, I mean, do you all know the story of the book? Have you guys read the book?
I have
I've
not.
read. Okay, I have read the book and I have seen the movie as a child, and then
Uh-huh.
of course you have Disney's readaptation that was
Oh,
horrible.
Treasure
Um,
Planet,
Treasure
right?
Planet.
Isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, they just awful. The spoiler. Do you want to? You're the guest. Explain Treasure Island to Sophia.
Sure. I'll give you the setup. The plot has so many awesome twists in it that I really do not want to give away too much. But,
Spoilers.
but uh, Jane Hawkins is and her mom run this inn called the Admiral Benbow. When this crusty vagabond in rags shows up hauling, like pulling this big trunk behind him, dragging it through the ground. Uh, and he throws down some gold at the end, some gold coins, and basically buys up every room for the night so that he can stay there. And just a few minutes later, there's a banging on the door, and these other real sketchy looking guys are clearly after him and
Mm.
whatever is in the contents of his trunk.
Mm.
So, unbeknownst to Jane and her mother, this vagabond, his name is Billy Bones, he is mortally wounded and he begs them with his dying breath not to let the one legged mariner lay his hands on the contents of this chest. And what's in the chest and everything beyond, you'll have to
Find out.
read the comic book or see the show or read the original book.
Sounds awesome.
It
And
is awesome. I got to say, it's awesome.
Treasure Island is what made me as a kid fall in love with pirates and collect the pirate Migos. Okay. So yeah, and it's such a great story. And I mean, yeah, Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, besides 1 and 2, 2 and 3 are fantastic films of action, adventure, everything.
Yeah.
Dead Man's Chest and the third one, just
Pearl?
what's that?
Was it something called like Black Pearl or something?
No, Curse of the Black Pearl was
Yeah.
phenomenal. That was the first one. They were fantastic, but Pirates 2 and 3 were just awful. But the rest of them were bloody fantastic. Treasure Island was just great. I mean, myself, I even like Cutthroat Island. I thought Cutthroat Island was fantastic. No, Jason, why are you laughing? That was a
I
great
love
movie.
it because I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Cutthroat Island. Gina Davis was fantastic. Matthew Modine was fantastic in that. The whole thing with the map on her father's head was fantastic. That was a great movie. On Stranger Tides. No, on Stranger Tides, that was a great movie. I'm talking about the last one, when the third part of the original trilogy. Was it on Stranger Tides? I can't remember. But that was just bad. So, Jason, how much are tickets to see the show?
Well, they vary venue to venue. And so we
Okay.
actually just, I guess I can say it, and you guys will be the exclusive first release of this information. I
Please.
just today posted our tour on our website. So
Nice.
Cool.
people should definitely check it out. World's End.
There you go.
And people should definitely check that out because we are touring all over the country, and uh, um, and I would love to meet the people who are listening and watching here. After every show, me and the cast are coming out to the lobby, and we're going to sign every piece of merchandise that anybody buys. And this is one of the funnest things that I get to do when I'm traveling on tour is actually get to meet the people who come to see the shows. It is
Hmm.
such a joyful, awesome, just magical connection, that'll get made. So yeah.
That's
So cool.
awesome. All right, we got to take 30 seconds for Quiz with Quinzel. It's brought to you by the Erica Legacy Foundation. And we lost a bumper for that, but I'm going to still play something for Sophia. But Sophia's going to explain to us what the Erica Legacy Foundation is all about.
Hey, the Erica Legacy Foundation is a foundation that exists to help people that are in need, going through a hard time mentally or emotionally. If you or a loved one are going through a hard time, please reach out to the Erica Legacy Foundation. The website is ericalegacy.com. And yeah, they help hundreds of thousands of people every day going through a hard time.
Turn it up!
It's now time for Quiz with Quinzel. That was interesting.
Boy, that was old school.
Oh, wow.
Yes, okay.
All right, ready? Today's question is, what is the most watched YouTube video of all time?
Ooh, I think I know. Jason, you go first.
Oh, do I? I think I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to go with Gangnam Style.
It's a good one. Hey, D-Mac.
What's up, D-Mac? What's up, D-Mac?
Yep, nope,
Can
that is not the answer.
I?
Cat, anybody have any guesses? It's a good one, though. I feel like that one's super popular.
Okay.
Mangoat says, Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. That's probably up there.
Yeah, it's probably. Because every time we go to download something, that video pops up.
Yeah.
Can I give my answer?
Yeah.
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, Charlie bit me, and it really
Charlie
hurts.
bit me. It really hurts. Charlie bit my finger.